Hey everybody, good morning. I figured I would cheer you guys up a little bit by reading a little bit of This Boy in the Girls Bathroom. So, the last thing we read, Bradley was at Colleen's birthday party, right? And this was the first birthday party he's been to since the last party where he sat on the birthday cake. So let's read to find out what happens at the birthday party. Colleen's mother told everyone to find a partner for the three-legged race. Jeff and Colleen looked nervously at each other. Judy and Betty paired up. They stood side by side with their arms around each other's shoulders as Mrs. Marigold tied their inside legs together. Lori and Melinda became another team. Sorry. Here. Where were we?
Like this.
Okay, yeah, Emma. Lori and Melinda became another team. Bradley thought they looked funny since Melinda was almost twice Lori's size. Amy and Dina looked even funnier since they were both dressed the same. They looked like a two-headed monster. Except, of course, he didn't believe in monsters. Karen suddenly realized what was happening. If Jeff and Colleen became partners, it meant she'd have to be partners with Bradley. So, Jeff said to Colleen, "Who's your partner?" "No one yet," said Colleen. "Who's yours?" "No one yet." Colleen's mother stepped in and paired up the final two teams. She didn't think it would be proper for a boy and a girl to have their legs tied together, so she made Jeff and Bradley one team and Colleen and Karen the other. Bradley was glad that he and Jeff were finally on the same team. Colleen and Jeff were happy with the teams too. As much as they liked each other, they weren't quite ready to put their arms around each other and tie their legs together. Karen was the only one who was disappointed. She thought it would have been exciting to have been partners with Bradley. The 5 teams lined up. It wasn't a relay race. Each team would go at the same time. They had to run past the tree to the fence, then back. "Don't try to run too fast," Jeff cautioned. "The most important thing is that we keep together so we don't fall down." Bradley nodded. "On your mark," said Mrs. Marigold. "Get set, go." They took 2 steps, then tumbled to the ground. As they tried to get up, they kept pulling each other back down. At last, they stood up together and started after the others. "Inside, outside, inside, outside," Jeff directed as they moved their legs in unison. The other teams took a long time. The other teams took a long time turning around at the fence. When Jeff and Bradley reached the fence, they simply fell down again and stood up facing the other direction. It was quicker that way. Amy and Dina were just ahead of them. Emma, stop. Amy and Dina were just ahead of them. Amy tried to go to the left of the tree as Dina tried to go to the right of it. They smashed into it. "Inside, outside," said Jeff as he and Bradley charged around them. Karen and Colleen were in the lead when they suddenly stumbled and fell on their faces. Judy and Betty tumbled over them. Lori and Melinda had to stop and turn to avoid the pile. Okay, I'm sorry. Jeff and Bradley charged past, now in first place. "Inside, outside," called Jeff. But they must have missed a beat somewhere because when he said inside, they moved their outside feet. And when he said outside, they moved their inside feet. "Hey, Bradley, you're going the wrong way," yelled Lori. "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" Amy and Dina dived across the finish line in first place just ahead of Lori and Melinda. Jeff and Bradley crawled across in third. Judy, Betty, Karen, and Colleen remained tangled together on the grass. After everyone got untied, they gathered on the grass next to the patio. "Now what?" Bradley asked, nobody in particular. "Colleen's mother's adding up the points," said Betty. "Then we'll get to pick our prizes," said Judy. "I love you too, baby." "Then we'll get to pick our prizes," said Judy. "He asked me," said Betty. Everybody hushed as Mrs. Marigold prepared to announce the winner. "The winner is..." She paused suspensefully. "Bradley." He was shocked. He had been on the winning team every time except for the three-legged race and the somersault race, but he had been having too much fun to notice. Everyone clapped their hands as he walked to the front. Mrs. Marigold gave him a blue ribbon that said first place on it. No one had told him about the ribbon. Then he got to pick a prize. He looked through the basket. There were lots of good things from which to choose. Dolls, makeup, perfume, earrings, hair ornaments. He chose a harmonica. Melinda came in second, then Amy, Judy, Dina, Karen, Lori, and Betty, and Jeff was last. Jeff knew he'd be last since he was never on Bradley's team. The only race he won was the somersault race. Actually, he had tied for last with Colleen, but Colleen didn't get a prize because she'd be getting her presents later. Jeff took the only prize left in the basket, a doll's dress. Thank you, he said politely. Now what? Bradley asked. We have ice cream and cake, said Melinda. Oh boy, said Bradley. Melinda laughed. They sat at the picnic table. Colleen sat at the head of the table. Bradley sat between Jeff and Melinda. Judy and Betty sat across from him. Mrs. Varigold's going to bring in the cake now, said Judy. With candles, said Betty. I'm telling him, said Judy. With candles. Mrs. Varigold brought in the cake and suddenly everybody started singing. Bradley was caught by surprise. He didn't have time to remember the words, though he tried. He sang, Happy birthday, dear, call to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, dear Colleen. Happy birthday, dear, to you. Happy... He suddenly realized he was the only one still singing. Everyone laughed. It's not as... Thank you. You want more? Okay. Okay. It's not his fault, said Judy. This is his first birthday party in a long time. There are 10 candles because she's 10 years old, explained Betty. Oh, I get it, said Bradley. Lori laughed. Colleen blew them all out. That means her wish will come true, explained Melinda. But she can't tell you what she wished for. Otherwise it won't come true, Lori explained. Bradley carefully ate his cake and ice cream without making a mess. Then everyone went to the living room where Colleen opened her presents. Open mine, mine first, they urged. That one's mine. Open mine, Colleen, said Bradley. After each present was open, everyone said how neat and ooh, and I wish I had one of those. Bradley said those things too, and he meant what he said, although most of the gifts were things he never would have wanted. Colleen picked up the next present. That's mine, he shouted. Colleen read the card. On the front of the card, there was a picture of a baseball player swinging a baseball bat. It said, Here's hoping your birthday is. On the inside of the card, it showed the bat smacking a ball, and it said, a big hit. Under that, it said, Happy Birthday, and it was signed, Love, Bradley. Everyone went crazy. Love? Exclaimed Amy. Love? Bradley's heart sank as he realized he had made a terrible mistake. Okay, almost done. 1 minute, okay? Bradley's in love with Colleen, said Dina. Ooh, Bradley, said Judy. When are you getting married? Teased Lori. Shut up, Karen shouted. Everyone stopped talking and looked at each other surprised. Big deal, said Karen. You're all so immature. Colleen tore off the wrapping paper and looked at Bradley's gift. Her mouth dropped open. She showed it to everyone. Wow, said Lori. Let me see, said Amy. And I'm going to leave you guys with a cliffhanger there. To be continued. I'll see you guys soon. You want to say bye? Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.